So what you
Are
were
you
saying
going to
is,
keep this
whenever
video
you,
up, right? You're not going to delete this hangout after we're done, right?
I usually keep it up for a short period of time, and then I delete them. So if
Okay.
you want to
So you're
save,
gonna keep it up. Yeah,
if
I'd
you
like to
want to, if
save
you
it
want
that
to
way.
save it, I'll keep it up for like 8 or so hours. I don't
Perfect.
keep the videos long term. So
No worries. I appreciate
you're
that.
free to download it. No problem.
You know, you were allowing me to ask you some questions before, but we ran out of time that time. So can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
All right. What makes something moral and immoral?
The baseline for reality is the immutable character of God.
Cut out there. Say that again.
I said the baseline of reality, in terms of character, is the immutable nature of God.
Okay, and I'd like to answer my question now. So, what makes something moral or immoral?
Well, it would have to be. It depends on a person's worldview. Some people are
No, I'm asking
moral
you
realists. Some are.
I'm
Well,
asking your worldview.
what I am saying to you is, whatever is contrary to the character and will of God could be quantified as immoral.
Is that the only way something could be immoral?
Well, it would depend on how you define what is moral. Some people believe
by
morals are just simply the by my definition. What is moral is that which is congruent and consistent with the immutable character of the Christian God.
And how would I know what the immutable? How would I know what is against a characteristic of God or mutable character of God? So how could I see that?
One would be the sense of morals that God has incorporated into your mind, being made in the image of God, and secondly, through divine revelation.
So when I think it's moral for gays to marry and to love each other, that's perfectly moral because God gave me those morals.
Not as I define it.
Well, no, I'm just using your definition. You say what God put into me, and the feeling I get from morality
because there would be some things. No, there are some things that the Christian God could never permit or utter an edict for, because it would be inconsistent with his immutable character. So there are some things that the Christian God, I'm trying to answer you. There are some things that the Christian God can will or edict that are consistent and congruent with his character, and there are some things that are not.
So then, by that
the baseline is not a mere verbalization or a mere edict of God. The baseline rests with the immutable character of God.
So then, by that definition that you're giving, it would not be against God's immutable character for him to order human beings to harm babies.
It is not necessarily against the character of God to end the life of any human being. It's not necessarily. In certain cases, it might be.
That's not the question I asked you. I asked you.
Repeat.
Is it? Yeah, please. I'll repeat. So it's not against God's. Can I say nature or should I say character? Which word would you prefer? Immutable character. It doesn't matter. Okay, so God, it's not against God's immutable character to order a human being to harm a baby.
No,
it's not. Okay. So it's also
certain situations.
So in certain situations, it's morally correct to harm a baby.
No. What I'm saying to you is this:
wait a minute. So it's always wrong to harm a human baby?
No, it is wrong for one. It is against the will and character of God to want to take up their own prerogatives of that which only belongs to God. It is God's prerogative to bring life into existence and end it when he chooses. That's his prerogative.
I don't remember
that
saying anything about ending life in my statement, did I? Did I say anything about ending life?
You said killing a baby.
No, I said harming a baby. I said it twice, actually.
Oh, harming a baby. It would be, well, it would depend on what you mean, how you define harm.
Telling people to take their swords and slice them open.
That would not be inconsistent necessarily with the character of God, because that is clearly revealed in the Bible.
So that specific thing, slicing open a baby with a sword under God's orders, is moral.
God. It is consistent with the nature of God for God to command some human beings to end the lives of others.
End the lives of babies with swords.
Well, in the last couple of conversations, I noticed that you have a penchant for using the word baby. It makes no difference to me whether you want to refer to a baby, a toddler, a teenager, an adult, or an elderly person.
Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, if you don't have a problem with God ordering people to harm babies, kill them, slice them with the swords, that's your morality.
Well,
that's
you see that's a loaded question.
Is it? Why? What's wrong with it?
Yeah, it is.
There's nothing immoral about it, right? It's moral compared to your God.
No, it is.
What do you have a problem with?
Well, first of all, God cannot do, according to the definition of the Christian God, it is not logically possible for the Christian God to commit evil or do wrong.
Yeah, that's how you define him. I understand that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great. Well, so anything he does,
you may find it distasteful.
You're gonna overtalk me. Can I respond though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so according to the Christian God, it's moral, because by definition it's moral for him to order people to slice open babies. It's moral whatever he tells people to do for him, by definition. So whether it's killing babies, telling people they can own people as property, things along that line, those things are all absolutely moral according to you.
Well, whatever God commands or wills is consistent with his character.
And God's character is
now
one that tells people to harm babies.
You want to, well, let me ask you this. Since you don't accept the Christian God as the baseline for mores or morals, I would just ask you, what then constitutes what is moral?
Oh, morality is determined by human beings.
Okay, so all you're simply saying then is certain commands of actions are inconsistent with a plurality or majority of human reason.
No, I'm just saying it disturbs me that you would find it moral to kill a baby in any instant. But you do.
Is something good?
Don't you find it disturbing to kill babies? You find it disturbing, right?
It doesn't really interest me whether I find something distasteful or not.
But you do find it distasteful, the harming of
children. No, there are plenty of things that somebody might find utterly distasteful where they might consider it moral. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Again. I have answered a series. Okay. No. This is my room. This is not a free for all. This is my room.
I'll answer another question.
And I expect you to at least show a little bit of respect for somebody who's the moderator.
I see what it's like when you get tough. When things get tough, you go back to me. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Okay, Skylar, I have answered a number of questions.
You've answered about 4 or 5, but I answered about 40 today from you. But go ahead.
Skylar, when you speak about something that is moral or good, and of course you are, as you stated before, excluding the concept of morality that would exist if the Christian God existed. How do you determine that something is moral good? Is it because somebody says it is or thinks it is? Or is there some external standard that would make it good?
There's no external standard. It's based on me and subjectivity.
Empathy.
Okay, so what you're then, so then what you're saying, okay, good. So the basis, the foundation of morality in your worldview would be just human reason, right?
Well, my human reasoning.
Okay, good. So what you were saying is, whenever
this video up, right? You're not going to delete this hangout after we're done, right?
I usually keep it up for a short period of time, and then I delete them. So if you want to save, if you want to save it, I'll keep it up for like 8 or so hours. I don't keep the videos long term, so
no worries. I appreciate
you're free to download it, no problem. So when you object to any command or action of the God of the Bible, all you are simply telling me is it conflicts or contradicts with your reasoning.
Yeah, really, to a certain degree, but I just wanted to get it out in the open what you actually believe and what Christians believe, so that everybody can see what this Christian God character is like according to your theology. So when I hear Christians say that it's okay to kill babies in certain instances, that's your theology, and that's what
Christians don't make that loaded statement.
Whether my statement's loaded or not, it's what you guys believe.
The truncated statement that you stated is not something that would be representative of what Christians say or advocate.
Well, yeah, because you guys don't want to talk about how your God ordered people to kill babies.
Well,
it looks
you are misrepresenting. Christians do not say, quote unquote, it is okay to kill babies.
But no, I didn't say that. Didn't. Yeah, you defended it. Yeah, exactly.
God saying it's okay to kill babies.
Yeah. And the point is, and what I'm getting at is,
it is okay. Okay, Mike, it is from a Christian worldview. It is okay for God to issue commands, edicts, or take actions.
Then he's not moral if he murders.
What is the standard of moral?
Empathy. I don't want to be murdered. Do you want to be murdered?
Okay, Mike. All you're then saying is this: is when you say God is not moral, all you are simply saying. Can I finish?
Yeah, right? Sorry.
I'll be brief.
Right.
When you say that God is not moral, and you are defining morality as simply what you or others reason, all you are simply saying is God's commands and actions are inconsistent with human reasoning.
But that's fair enough. Okay, I think that's fair enough.
I don't think it's fair enough.
Well, no. The thing is don't get me wrong, Mike. We both agree, right? But the point is stuff like this shows you what their belief system is, and it shows others how horrendous this God acts, right?
Well, all you're simply saying is you reason that it is distasteful. That's all you're saying.
Oh yeah. Do you disagree that it's distasteful to harm babies?
It does. Well, you see, I don't share your worldview. So what I find distasteful, what I find distasteful would be based upon a different criterion or criteria, if you will, than you do.
How about this? So the other aspect of this, the other side of it, is the methodology, right? Now, this is a God who could easily just take the souls out of babies very peacefully, very calmly, but forces, let's not even use the word force, ask human beings to go in there and physically slice them open, to kill them with the weapons of the time, which were swords.
Yes,
right?
God. Well, first of all, God commanded.
Let me finish. Hold on. I'm finishing my statement, and then you can go. So God is ordering a human being to go through the act of harming a baby. Right now, I would imagine you would say that you would not want to harm a baby. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Now, how would you feel if your God ordered you and made you do something like that? Don't you find that aspect of it to be somewhat immoral?
The Christian God, were he to exist, is not subject or obligated to human reason.
That's
not
really an answer to my question. But yeah, that wasn't really an answer to my question. But would you like me to ask the question again?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I like.
But then you could just say I wouldn't like it, but I would have to do what God says anyways.
Well, God is not obligated. God is not obligated or subject to what I like or dislike.
Are you obligated?
That's fine.
Are you obligated to follow a directive from God?
He says you are.
So pretty much your mission is not to do, but to do or die. So you're saying that if God commanded it today, you would be okay with taking another, not okay, but you would be obligated to take another human life, right?
The Bible teaches that God cannot lie. God has stated in one form or another that human beings are obligated to comport themselves with the character and will of God.
Now, why don't you answer questions directly? Why do you keep going back to what the Bible says and just saying, yes,
Because
this is what I believe?
That's my worldview.
So every time you refer to the Bible, I could just assume that means yes. Then when you go say the Bible,
that's what I believe. Well, because you see, I try to be clear when sometimes certain questions are asked in an inarticulate manner.
You were full of it, man.
Okay, now, Mike, are you an atheist, a skeptic? What, Mike?
Well, wait a minute. Why don't we ask you some more moral questions? Because you're going to get Mike on this presuppositional thing.
That's fine. I just want to find. Please, we need to stop this interrupting. Okay. Now, I just asked Mike a basic question. Now, Skylar, if you would like to persist in asking me more questions, I'm all for that.
Well, I don't have much time left, and I haven't really. Every time we get to talk, like it never gets to me asking you questions. You always change it to answering. Okay. Mike, is that okay? I don't want to feel like I'm overriding you.
No.
We'll get to you momentarily. Mike, are you an atheist or a skeptic?
I'm an atheist.
Oh, so we're not going to.
Okay. Skylar, you're being rude. I said I would get to you momentarily.
Well, Mike just said he didn't mind if you would allow me to ask me questions.
Skylar, I'm the moderator of the room. I'm not just a participant, right? And you're getting out of line. Now, Skylar, you're out of line. Now, I asked him my question. He answered. Now you're free to ask me whatever you want. Skylar, your question is?
Can you please demonstrate that objective morals exist?
Yeah,
without
in a Christian, in the Christian worldview, which I presume, the baseline for morality would be how we're made in the image and likeness of God, and God's character, his immutable character, would be the baseline for all of reality. God's being and his immutable character exist objectively, and is the origin and the source of all creation.
Can I add to that?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm just waiting for the actual demonstration. You just defined your God again. I'm waiting for you to demonstrate they actually exist, the objective morals.
You asked me what the basis of morality would be.
No. I asked you. No, I didn't. I asked you to demonstrate that objective morals exist. And to further clarify, in the context in which you believe them through your Christian God. Well, without asking me a question.
If you don't accept that that God's immutable character, the Christian God's immutable character, is the baseline for that which you will label or consider moral, then what would you use?
No, like I said, I'd like you to demonstrate that objective morals exist.
I just did, because the Christian God.
No, hold on. You just made a claim and you defined what your Christian God is. No. Well, that's a claim. Great. You made another claim.
When you say demonstrate, when you say demonstrate, do you mean show you to your eyeballs or present via a reasoned process?
I mean, you can do it a couple different ways, as long as you're not literally just making another assertion on top of an assertion.
Okay, well, I demonstrated it by a reasoning process that the baseline of things that humanity considers good, like love your neighbor as yourself, things like that, are a reflection of how God made our minds. Okay,
just because
that was prior. I'm not done yet. That was prior to the fall of man, and so certain commands and actions that God has after the fall of man would be judicial in nature.
Can I add on something to that? You know, I've been in here for what 5 minutes, something like that. But not once, Darwin, have you. And I'm trying to say that I can respect your belief, because not once have you told us that you're better than us, or maybe I'm missing it, that you're better than us for what you believe. So I guess I really don't have a problem with what you're saying, because even though our beliefs are different, that I can respect where you're coming from. Just wanted to say
Mike,
that.
how do you
define
atheism? How are you defining atheism?
It's not that I respect what he believes. It's that I can respect someone with an opposing belief.
Well, no, that's fine, but don't let him get. He's going to try to change the topic again instead of actually demonstrating.
No,
I
haven't changed the topic. I've asked.
You just went to ask him. But you just went to ask him another question. Why, instead of actually demonstrating, you just made another claim. You fucking ass.
Okay, see, unpresented now. Okay, you're being obnoxious. Okay, you need to stop all your whining and your complaining, and actually have close to half of what you're saying is just whining and complaining. Okay?
I'm just waiting for you to actually demonstrate without making a claim.
Okay, well, I gave you my reason process. Now you can conclude that it is unacceptable to you, but you cannot conclude that I didn't give you an answer.
Oh no, you gave me an answer that didn't actually answer the right question. You basically just made another claim and said, if Christianity is true, then okay, well, yeah, by definition, that's the way. But I'm asking you to actually demonstrate that objective morals actually exist. And what you did was give me a definition of Christianity.
Well, I would go back to the idea that if you agree that anything is actually demonstrable, then in order to do that, the Christian God would have to exist. If you deny this, you are not in a position to demonstrate how something actually could be demonstrated, known, or proven.
My ability to disprove what you're saying is not the same thing as you actually demonstrating your claim. So you could, if you could attack my worldview all you want, you could say that I can't demonstrate it's not the case, but you have not given a demonstration at all yet. All you did was
is your question from your worldview or mine?
I'm asking you what to demonstrate the objective morals that you claim.
Okay, well, to me, you're begging the question because you're presuming in your worldview that something is demonstrable.
So you're going to avoid actually giving a demonstration. That's what
I'm not avoiding the question. The answer to the question, which I've answered many times, is that in the Christian worldview, some things are demonstrable. Outside the Christian worldview, things are not demonstrable. Now, if you would like to contradict that, be my guest.
Well, like I said, you just made 3 claims in a row, and you haven't backed any of them up.
Yeah, well, it would be true. Okay, we have 2 options. Either the Christian worldview is true or it's not.